So here we will start this lecture with the definition of science and physics. So science, the word science come from a Latin word scientia, which means to know. मतलब होगा the science has come from this word scientia, and the meaning of this scientia will be there to know, means किसी भी चीज़ के बारे में जानकारी हासिल करना, किसी चीज़ के बारे में जानना, उसे हम लोग बोलेंगे science. Okay, so finally now we can define this science as a knowledge which man has gained through observation and experimentation. Different experiments और observations करने के बाद हमें जो knowledge मिलता है, if I'll organize the knowledge then it is known as the science. Okay, so if I'll organize the knowledge systematically then it is known as the science. Now if we'll discuss about the physics, so what is meant by this physics? So physics is a branch of science. The word physics has come from a Greek word physis. Okay, so it has come from a Greek word physis. Physis से बना है physics. Okay, and what is mean by this word physis? So physis has the meaning nature. So finally we can see the meaning of this physics word has nature. So finally the physics has meaning nature. तो हम कह सकते हैं कि जो फिजिक्स है उसमें हम लोग स्टडी करेंगे नेचर से रिलेटेड. नाउ हाउ वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द नेचर? So there are some physical laws by which we can study the nature and natural phenomena. So physics is branch of science that deal with the study of nature and natural phenomena. Okay, now if we'll see the next slide, then we'll discuss about the physical and non-physical quantities. क्या मतलब होगा यहाँ पर physical और non-physical quantities का? So first we will see the definition. Physical quantities, a quantity that can be measured. ऐसी सभी quantities जिनको हम लोग measure कर सकते हैं, which is a measurable quantity. For example, if you have length, okay, mass, time, area, temperature, so these quantities are measurable. Length को हम measure कर सकते हैं, है ना. जैसे कि अगर मैं लेंथ मेज़र करना चाहता हूँ दो सिटीज़ के बीच में, इफ़ यू हैव दिस टू सिटीज़ ए एंड बी एंड द लेंथ ऑफ बिटवीन दिस टू सिटीज़, इफ आई वांट टू मेजर देन लेट अस सपोज 90 किलोमीटर, सो दिस वन इज़ अ मेजरेबल क्वांटिटी. ओके, अनदर थिंग वी हैव द एरिया. सो एरिया इज ऑल्सो मेजरेबल, 2 मीटर स्क्वायर, 500 meter square. So area is also a measurable quantity. Next one is temperature, time, like this. So temperature 50 degrees Celsius, okay, time 20 seconds. So these are some measurable quantity which is known as the physical quantities. Now if I will discuss the non-physical quantity. So non-physical quantity means a quantity that cannot be measured is known as a non-physical quantity. For example, road, book and भोपाल. अब जो ये रोड है ये नॉन फिजिकल क्वांटिटी क्यों है? आप लोग बोलेंगे कि रोड जो है उसको तो हम मेज़र कर सकते हैं. सो यू कैन नॉट मेज़र द रोड. एक्चुअली you are not measuring road, you are measuring the length of road. So length of road is measurable, but the only if I will say the road, then road is not measurable. Okay, if I will say book, book is a non measurable quantity. अगर हम लोग बुक का साइज मेज़र करने की बात करते हैं या हम बुक के लेंथ को मेज़र करने की बात करते हैं या थिकनेस मेज़र करने की बात करते हैं, So thickness, length, size of book is measurable. But if I'll say only book, then you will say what is mean by the book, length of book, width of book, what? Okay, so these are non-physical quantity. Any type of feeling, for example, if you love something, so how much you are loving, how much you are trying to achieve. Okay, so this is unmeasurable, means non-measurable quantities. Okay, so next one, if we'll discuss the need for measurement. So what is the need for measurement in physics? So physics is an experimental science, means it is totally based on experiment and observation. So whenever we want to represent the natural phenomena, if we want to describe the natural phenomena theoretically, so here the theoretical description of nature with our experimental observation, if we want to represent, then we will represent through quantitative measurements. So whenever we will represent the natural phenomena by using physics laws, by using physics laws, so we can represent only when we will measure some physical quantities. So that is why we need for the measurement in physics. Okay, so here sometimes we will say physics is a science of measurement. Now what is measurement? Okay, तो क्या होगा, कैसे हम किसी चीज़ को मेज़र करेंगे, क्या होता है मेज़रमेंट, इसके बारे में अगर हम डिस्कस करें तो आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर मैं इस पेंसिल को इस स्केल के साथ में कंपेयर कर रहा हूँ. ओके, so whenever we want to measure a physical quantity, then we will compare it with a fixed unit. Fixed unit means in case of this measurement, this ruler is a fixed unit, and here we are comparing this pencil with this centimeter. So if you will compare, you will see how many centimeters it will cover. So if this rod cover from here to here 13, you can see over here 13 centimeter it is covering. So this 13 will be the length of this rod. So like this we will measure the length of this rod. Similarly, if you want to measure the weight of any quantity, then how we will measure it? So simply we will compare with a standard unit. So finally we can define the measurement is a comparison of unknown physical quantity. Unknown मतलब वो जिसे हमें measure करना है, उसको जिसके साथ हम compare करेंगे उस fixed quantity को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Unit. So unit means that fixed standard by which we will compare is known as the unit. So here we have seen the meaning of measurement. Now to express the magnitude, magnitude means if we have this rod, okay, and if we are measuring, so measuring the length, so length, value of the length is known as the magnitude. तो मैग्नीट्यूड का सिंपल सा मीनिंग है, मेजरमेंट करने के बाद जो भी क्वांटिटी आएगी उसे हम लोग बोलेंगे उसका मैग्नीट्यूड. फॉर एग्जांपल द लेंथ इन द लास्ट एग्जांपल वी हैव सीन 13 सेंटीमीटर. सो दिस 13 इज द मैग्नीट्यूड. सो हाउ वी विल रिप्रेजेंट द मैग्नीट्यूड? सो व्हाट इज द मैग्नीट्यूड? 13 सेंटीमीटर. सो व्हाट वी आर डूइंग? फर्स्ट वी विल राइट द नंबर, देन वी विल राइट द यूनिट. So here you can see the format. Q means the magnitude. Magnitude will be equals to number, then after following this number there will be unit. Okay. Now the characteristics of unit. Unit means the fixed standards by which we will compare. So it is known as the unit. Now if we will choose some standards, so what characteristics should be there? So characteristics of a standard unit. First characteristics, if you will see, so it should be of convenient size. Convenient size, what is mean by this convenient size over here? in case of standard unit. So you will see, if you have these 2 points, and if you are measuring the length between, let us suppose these 2 points you have A and B, and the length between them you have 100 centimeter. Now if I'll measure this length in meter, then it will be 1 meter. So now you can see this centimeter is a smaller unit as compared to this meter. So if the unit is smaller, this centimeter if you are taking, then number we are getting 100, and if you are taking this meter as a unit, then number you are getting only 1. ओके, तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जब आपके पास यूनिट स्मॉल होगी तो नंबर जो है वो बिगर होगा, और अगर आपके पास में यूनिट बिगर होगी तो जो न्यूमरिक वैल्यू है, नंबर जो है वो स्मॉलर होगा. सो फाइनली वी विल डिसाइड अ यूनिट in such a way the numeric value neither will be too small nor it will be too large. Okay, so if we will choose a unit like this, then it is known as the convenient size unit. convenient size का मतलब है हमें यूनिट इस तरह से चूज करनी है कि न्यूमरिक वैल्यू ना तो हमारी बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी आए और ना ही हमारी न्यूमरिक वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा छोटी आए. So this one is the first characteristics of standard unit, and second it should be well defined, and third it should be easily reproducible. Okay, fourth, if you'll see, it should not change with time and place. Okay, if the time and place will change, then it should not change. Fifth, it should not be changed with the change in physical quantities like temperature, pressure. If it will change, then our experimental result will also change. It should be easily available and accessible. For example, if we are measuring the length, okay, so in that case we need a ruler or an inch tape, so it should be available and accessible easily. So these are some characteristics. So now we will see derived units. So if we have a standard unit, so it may be of two types. One is fundamental, another one is derived. So fundamental units means the unit of length, mass and time. It is known as a fundamental unit. For example, if you are measuring the length between these 2 points, so length is independent. Length cannot be represented in terms of other quantity. Similarly, if you will measure mass, then mass is also independent. It cannot be represented in any other quantity. And if you will discuss about the time, then time is also independent. So these independent quantities are known as the fundamental quantities, and the unit of the fundamental quantities are known as fundamental units. Now if we will discuss about the derived quantities and the derived unit. So derived units are the units of that physical quantity which will depend on another physical quantity. For example, if we will discuss about the speed, so formula for speed we have distance upon time, means the speed will depend on distance and time. So speed can be represented in terms of distance means length and in terms of time. So speed is a dependent quantity, it will depend on other quantity, distance and time. So that is why it is known as a dependent quantity or a derived quantity, because it will derive with the help of distance and time. And the unit of the speed is known as a derived unit. तो जो भी derived quantities होंगी उनके unit को हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे, derived unit. तो unit क्या होगी speed की, तो जब भी हम लोगों को इस यूनिट बनाना होगा, हमें क्या करना होगा, यहाँ पर डिस्टेंस की यूनिट रखनी होगी। डिस्टेंस की यूनिट हमारे पास होती है मीटर, अपॉन टाइम की यूनिट, और वो हमारे पास होती है सेकेंड। सो यूनिट ऑफ स्पीड विल बी देयर मीटर पर सेकेंड, and this meter per second will be a derived unit. Why? Because this meter per second is depending on unit of length and unit of time. So that is one, that is why it is a dependent unit. Now system of unit. So system of unit, there should be, in the last slide we have seen the characteristics. So if we want to represent a standard quantity with some characteristics, so there should be some system, and there are three types of systems: CGS, FPS, MKS. So these are old systems. Why? Because in these systems there are some drawbacks, and due to these drawbacks we are not using these type of systems now internationally. Okay, so we have the another system which is our international system, which is world famous system, means throughout the world we are using this system, that is why it is our international system. Okay, so first we will see the old systems. So there is three old systems: CGS, FPS, MKS. CGS means CGS, C means centimeter, G means gram, and S means second. So CGS means centimeter, gram, second. So that is why it is known as a CGS system. Now next one, FPS system. So in this system, in FPS system, we will measure the length in foot. F means foot, P means pound, we will measure the mass in pound, and the third one is S means time, time in second. So that is why it is known as a FPS, foot, pound, second. And third system we have MKS system. MKS system. In this system, length we will measure in meter, time we will measure in second, and mass in kilogram. So this system is known as the MKS system. And next system we have international system. So in this system is also known as SI system, and this system to make measurement more scientific, convenient and uniform, French Academy of Science in 1792 designed metric system of measurement based on decimal system. So this system has designed by French Academy of Science in 1792, and in October 1960 the 11th General Conference of Weight and Measure adopted an international system. So this international system we have, means this one we have adopted during this 11th conference. Okay, 11th General Conference we have adopted this one in 1960, and this system is known as SI system. Okay, why? Because in French, if I'll write this one, so it will be Système International des Units in French. So this one is the abbreviation of Système International des Units. Now there are some base units in international system. So what are the base units? Length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. These 7 are the fundamental unit. In the last one we have seen length, mass, time as a fundamental, but in international system we will consider these 7 as a fundamental. Okay, and remember the unit of these 7. So first we have length, unit of this one will be meter, symbol small m. Second mass, unit will be kilogram and symbol kg. Third quantity, third base quantity we have time, unit second and symbol small s. Next one we have electric current, unit ampere, symbol will be capital A. Next temperature, unit Kelvin and symbol capital K. Sixth will be luminous intensity, candela and symbol will be CD. Amount of substance, last one, symbol will be mole, MOL and unit will be mole, MOLE. Now if you will see, in international system there are two supplementary quantities also, addition to 7 fundamental quantity. So in our international system there are 7 fundamental means we have seen already the meaning of fundamental quantities, which are independent from each other, they will not depend on the other quantity. For example, if you will measure the temperature, so temperature is there 50 degrees Celsius, so this temperature is independent from the other quantity, it will not depend on the other quantity, it cannot represent in terms of other quantity, so it is a fundamental quantity. Like temperature, there is length, current and mass, luminous intensity, so these are some fundamental quantities, 7 fundamental quantities we have in international system. But with this 7 fundamental quantities we have these 2 supplementary quantities also. So first one is plane angle and another one is solid angle. Plane angle means this type of angle made up of by this 2 lines. So this angle is known as the plane angle, and this type of angle which is over here, you can see this white part, so this one is our units. So already we have seen the derived units. Derived units means which will depend on the other units. For example, volume. So volume, the formula, if you will see, volume is equals to length into breadth into height for the volume of cuboid. Okay, this one is our formula. Length is a physical quantity, unit we have meter. Width is also a physical quantity, unit again meter. For height also meter. So finally we will get the unit meter cube. So the volume will depend on length. Okay, 3 times it will cover the length. So that is why volume is a dependent or a derived quantity, and the unit of this volume will be a derived unit. Similarly, if we will discuss about the density, so density will be equals to mass per unit volume, and density will, you can see over here, it will depend on mass and volume. So density will depend on the mass and volume, that is why it is a derived quantity, and the unit of this one will be kilogram per unit of volume will be meter cube. So kilogram per meter cube. And velocity, acceleration, momentum, so these are some examples of derived quantity. Now if we will see the derived units with a special name. So here you will see the unit of this force. So force, formula for this one we have mass into acceleration. Now unit for mass we have kilogram, and unit for acceleration we have meter per second square. So unit of force should be there kilogram meter per second square, but we will say this unit as a Newton. So this unit has a particular name, Newton, a special name. And similarly, if you will see pressure, so this one has a special name Pascal, and work has a special name, unit of work has a special name Joule. Okay, similarly power has a special name Watt, frequency has Hertz. So these are some derived unit which has a particular name, okay, after the name of scientist. So that is why these are some examples which has some special name, which the derived unit which have with a special name. Now if we will discuss about the unit of length, so unit of length will be there meter in SI system. So SI unit of length is meter. If we want to define this meter, then meter will be how much it will be, okay. So 1 meter is defined as the length of the path traveled by light. तो एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट तक लाइट इतने सेकंड में जितनी डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करती है लाइट, उस डिस्टेंस को हम 1 मीटर कहते हैं. सो सिंपली वी कैन डिफाइन 1 मीटर as a distance traveled by light in vacuum in this time interval. So you can see this one is a very small time. एक सेकेंड का 299,792,458th part of a second. In this time interval, the distance traveled by light is known as the 1 meter. Okay. Now there are some multiple units of meter. Multiple units means the bigger than meter. So for the measurement of large length, meter is considered too small. meter जो है छोटी यूनिट है लार्ज डिस्टेंसेस कैलकुलेट करने के लिए, तो उसके लिए हम मीटर यूज़ ना करते हुए मीटर से बड़ी यूनिट हम यूज़ करेंगे, जिनको हम मल्टीपल यूनिट्स ऑफ मीटर कहते हैं. तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास सबसे पहले है डैम, जिसको हम बोलते हैं डेकामीटर. फिर है हमारे पास HM हेक्टोमीटर, फिर KM किलोमीटर. ओके, सो यू विल सी द मल्टीपल यूनिट्स. डैम मीन्स 1 डैम मीन्स 10 टाइम ऑफ अ मीटर, मीन्स 10 मीटर. 1 मीटर का 10 टाइम्स. नेक्स्ट इज 100 टाइम्स ऑफ अ मीटर, एंड थर्ड वन इज 1000 टाइम ऑफ अ मीटर. ओके, सो दीज आर सम मल्टीपल यूनिट्स. नाउ सब यूनिट्स मीन्स विच इज स्मॉलर देन मीटर. तो मीटर से छोटी यूनिट जो होंगे उन्हें हम लोग यहाँ पर बोलेंगे सब यूनिट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल डेसीमीटर, सेंटीमीटर, मिलीमीटर, माइक्रोमीटर, नैनोमीटर, एंगस्ट्रॉम, फर्मी. सो दीज आर द स्मॉलर यूनिट्स, एंड दीज स्मॉलर यूनिट्स आर नोन एज द सब यूनिट्स ऑफ meter. Now some practical units. So these are some important unit which we will use for the measurement of length, and these are practical units. Practical units means which we will use for the measurement of very large distance, very large distance. If we will measure, then we will use this practical units. So here we have the first unit, astronomical unit, which is in short we will represent by AU. Okay, 1 astronomical unit is the mean distance of the between the center of the earth and the sun. So the distance between earth and sun is known as the 1 astronomical unit, and how much it will be? 1.496 into 10 to the power 11 meter. Second practical unit we have light year. Light year means the distance traveled by light in 1 year. एक साल में लाइट जितनी डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करेगी वैक्यूम में, उस डिस्टेंस को हम लोग बोलेंगे 1 लाइट ईयर. और कितना कितना डिस्टेंस से ट्रेवल कर लेती है एक साल में? सो इफ यूल सी, सो इट विल बी 9.46 इंटू 10 to the power 15 मीटर. एंड द थर्ड प्रैक्टिकल यूनिट वी हैव पारसेक. सो पारसेक मीन्स 3.26 टाइम ऑफ 1 लाइट ईयर. जो लाइट ईयर है, यूनिट जो है लाइट ईयर, उसका 3.26 टाइम अगर हम कैलकुलेट करें, उसको 3.26 से मल्टीप्लाई करें, तो हमें मिलेगा 3.08 इंटू 10 to the power 16. ओके, सो दिस वन विल बी इक्वल्स टू द 1 पारसेक. नाउ यूनिट ऑफ मास. तो हम लोगों को यहाँ पर पता है कि मास की जो यूनिट है, SI यूनिट, वो हमारे पास में है किलोग्राम. Now how we can define this kilogram? So kilogram, 1 kilogram is defined as the mass of equal to the mass of standard platinum iridium alloy cylinder. So here you can see this place in France, okay, at Sèvres. So there is a place Sèvres near Paris in France, where there is a cylinder made up of by 90% platinum and 10% iridium mixed alloy. Okay, so here we have a alloy which contain 90% platinum, 10% iridium, and by using these two materials we will make there is a cylinder made up of by these two materials, platinum and iridium, and it is kept at 0 degrees Celsius at the International Bureau and the International Bureau of Weight and Measures. So the weight of this cylinder is known as the 1 kilogram. Okay, now subunits. So subunits you have gram and milligram, and multiple units you have quintal and ton. So 100 kilogram is known as 1 quintal, and 1000 kilogram is known as 1 ton or metric ton, also known as. Now practical units we have. For measuring very small masses we will use atomic mass unit, which we will use in our chemistry subject. Okay, and atomic mass unit, after this one there is another unit, CSL, Chandrasekhar mass limit. Okay, and 1 CSL will be equals to 1.44 times of mass of sun. And mass of sun, how much we have? 1.989 into 10 to the power 30. So this one will be the mass of sun, 1.989 into 10 to the power 30. If you will multiply this mass by 1.44, then you will get 1 CSL, and that much mass will be equals to 1 Chandrasekhar mass limit. Now unit of time. So unit of time we have second. How we can define this second? 1 second is the time. 1 second is the time needed for 9192631770 vibration of a radiation corresponding to the transition between two hyperfine levels. Suppose if we have these two levels, and between these two levels there is a particle, okay, and it is an atom, it is vibrating between these two lines, these two hyperfines, it is vibrating. And how much vibrations it will complete? 9192631770 vibration. Okay, so that much time in which it will complete these much vibrations is known as 1 second. तो 1 second वह समय है जितने समय में cesium 133 atom, how much vibration it will complete in this time? 9192631770, that much vibrations it will complete in this time interval, and this time interval is known as the 1 second. Now practical units, already you know about it. Solar day means the time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about its axis with respect to sun. And one solar day, you know about it, 24 hours are there in one day. Okay, 1 minute means 60 seconds, 1 hour means 60 minutes. Okay, one common lunar year is equals to 354 days, and one common solar year 365 days, 366 डेज होते हैं अगर किसी साल में, तो उसे हम लीप ईयर कहते हैं. 10 ईयर्स का जो टाइम होता है उसे हम 1 डिकेड कहते हैं. 100 ईयर्स के टाइमिंग को हम लोग 1 सेंचुरी, एंड 1000 ईयर्स होते हैं तो उसे हम 1 मिलेनियम कहते हैं, ठीक है। इसके बाद अगर हमारे पास में 10⁻³ सेकेंड, 10⁻³ मीन्स 1/1000, इस टाइमिंग को, एक सेकेंड को अगर हम डिवाइड कर दें 1000 के साथ, डिवाइड करने के बाद जो टाइम आएगा, है ना, उसे हम बोलेंगे मिली सेकेंड। देन अगर हम उसी एक सेकेंड को डिवाइड करते हैं, ओके, इस नंबर के साथ जो कि हमारा कितना है 10 लाख, तो 10 लाख से अगर हम लोग इसे डिवाइड करते हैं तो ये हमारे पास में हो जाएगा माइक्रो सेकेंड। सिमिलरली वी हैव नैनो सेकेंड एंड पिको सेकेंड। सो हियर वी आर यूजिंग सम प्रीफिक्स like iota, zeta, exa, peta, tera, giga, mega. So you can note down this prefix by pausing this video, okay. Means whenever there will be 10⁻³ then it is known as milli, 10⁻⁻6 then it is micro, and if you have 10⁻⁹ then it is known as nano. So these suffix are there for every power of 10. That is why the international system is known as a metric system. Why? Because it is based on the power of tens. Now next is the conventions. So there are some conventions whenever we will write the SI units with their symbols. So there will be some conventions, some rules are there, okay. So first rule we have, in writing the value of physical quantity, the number and the unit are separated by space. For example, if we are writing 10 meter, so there will be a space between the number and the unit. So this one is our first rule, or we can say the first convention we have, there should be some space between the number and the unit. Second convention we have, no space is to be given between the number and the degree Celsius. If we will write 5 degrees Celsius, so we will not write like this, okay, there will be no space, this space should not be there, so we will write 5 degrees Celsius. So whenever we will write degree Celsius or the minute, second and plane of a plane angle, then there will be no space. Third convention we have, the symbol of the unit of quantity which are not named after scientists. Suppose if you have a unit meter, so whenever you will write meter, symbol for this unit if you will write, then you will write by small letter, you will not write meter, you will not represent meter by this symbol capital M, you will not write. Why? Because if the unit is not based on the name of scientist, then if you will represent it, then we will use a small letter. So we will written in a small letter. Next, the symbol for the unit name after the scientist. ऐसी कोई भी यूनिट है जो साइंटिस्ट के नेम पर है, सपोज फोर्स की यूनिट हमारे पास में है न्यूटन, जो कि साइंटिस्ट के नेम पर है, तो हम इस यूनिट को जब भी हम इसका सिंबल लिखेंगे तो हम कैपिटल से लिखेंगे। इसका जो फर्स्ट लेटर है उसे हम लोग सिंबल की तरह यूज़ करेंगे और हम उसे कैपिटल लेटर से रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे। तो कभी भी कोई भी यूनिट अगर साइंटिस्ट के नेम पर है तो उसका सिंबल लिखते टाइम हम उसके फर्स्ट लेटर को यूज़ करेंगे एज अ सिंबल, एंड इट विल बी इन कैपिटल लेटर. But if it is not based on the scientist name, okay, then you will write by a small letter. And fifth convention you have to write the full name of a unit, the name always written in a small letter. अगर आप कभी भी ऐसे लिखते हैं 5 मीटर लिखते हैं, सिंबल लिखते हैं, तो आप स्मॉल एम लिखेंगे क्योंकि साइंटिस्ट नेम पर नहीं है. लेकिन अगर आप कंप्लीट यूनिट लिखना चाहते हैं देन यू विल स्टार्ट विद दिस स्मॉल लेटर. यू विल नॉट राइट लाइक दिस. कैपिटल एम आप यूज़ नहीं करेंगे यहाँ पर, इस तरह से आप मीटर नहीं लिखेंगे. तो कभी भी अगर आपको यूनिट लिखनी होगी तो आप स्मॉल से स्टार्ट करेंगे और स्मॉल से स्टार्ट करके ही लिखेंगे अगर फुल नेम आपको लिखना है. तो अगर आपको साइंटिस्ट नेम भी है तब भी अगर आपको फुल नेम से लिखना है तो आप इस तरह से लिखेंगे 5 न्यूटन. अगर आपको लिखना है 5 जूल तो 5 जूल आप स्मॉल से स्टार्ट करेंगे. ओके, अगर आपको लिखना है 5 वॉट, तो वॉट भी साइंटिस्ट नेम है, तो आप उसे स्मॉल से ही कंप्लीट लिखेंगे, और अगर आपको सिंबल लिखना है तो कैपिटल लिखेंगे। नेक्स्ट कन्वेंशन वी हैव द सिंबल ऑफ अ यूनिट इज नेवर रिटन इन प्लूरल। तो कभी भी आप यूनिट इस तरह से नहीं लिख सकते, 10 मीटर्स ऐसे आप नहीं लिखेंगे, प्लूरल फॉर्म यूज नहीं करेंगे, ओके। बट व्हेन रिटन इन वर्ड्स प्लूरल इज यूज्ड। लेकिन अगर आप वर्ड्स में यूज कर रहे हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू आर यूजिंग लाइक दिस, इफ यू आर राइटिंग लाइक दिस 10 meters, so you can write 10 meters, okay, but if you are writing only symbol, then you cannot write 10 meters, as you cannot use plural form, आप यूज नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पर। नेक्स्ट कन्वेंशन वी हैव द सिंबल फॉर अ यूनिट इज नॉट अलाउड बाय अ फुल स्टॉप। कभी भी आप यूनिट लिखने के बाद जिस तरह से 10 मीटर, उसके बाद यहाँ पर फुल स्टॉप आप नहीं लगा सकते, ठीक है। अगर आप कोई सेंटेंस कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं और अगर यूनिट सेंटेंस के लास्ट में लिखी हुई है और उसके बाद अगर आप फुल स्टॉप लगा रहे हैं, तो वो जो फुल स्टॉप है वो सेंटेंस एंड को इंडिकेट कर रहा है ना, वो फुल स्टॉप यूनिट के बाद नहीं है। तो अगर है ना कोई भी यूनिट सेंटेंस के लास्ट में आ रही है तो वहाँ पर फुल स्टॉप हो सकता है, क्योंकि वो जो फुल स्टॉप है वो सेंटर के एंड को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, ना कि यूनिट के एंड को। नेक्स्ट इज इन राइटिंग यूनिट्स फॉर फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज वर्ड्स एंड सिंबल्स शुड नॉट बी मिक्सड। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू आर राइटिंग दिस यूनिट ऑफ स्पीड, so unit of speed we have meter per second, so here we are writing meter symbol and second symbol. So symbol for meter we have small m and symbol for second we have small s, so we cannot write like this, okay. So here what we are doing, we are using the symbol for meter, but we are writing the complete name of second, so we cannot mix them, है ना। अगर हम लोगों को सिंबल यूज़ करने हैं तो केवल सिंबल यूज़ करने हैं, और अगर हम लोगों को फुल नेम यूज़ करने हैं तो फिर फुल नेम ही यूज़ करने हैं। हम कभी भी उनको मिक्स्ड फॉर्मेट में नहीं लिख सकते कि किसी एक यूनिट का हम लोगों ने सिंबल लिख दिया, किसी दूसरी यूनिट को हम लोगों ने फुल नेम लिख दिया, इस तरह से हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है। सो दिस वन इज ऑल्सो अ कन्वेंशन फॉर राइटिंग अ यूनिट। एंड 9th कन्वेंशन वी हैव a compound unit formed by multiplication. For example, if you have this quantity torque, so torque is equals to force into distance. So this quantity is a product of these two quantity. If you will write the unit, then it will be Newton, and distance unit we have meter. So this unit will be the product of these two units. So we will not put this multiplication sign over here. So in this unit we will write like this, Newton space and then meter. So either we will put a space, leave a space, or we will put a dot sign like this. So 9th convention we have a compound unit formed by a multiplication of 2 or more unit, then we will leave a space or middle dot between the symbols. Next is, if a compound unit is there formed by division of unit, so if the compound unit is there formed by division like meter per second, so either we will represent the unit like this, meter, then horizontal line and then second in denominator, or we can write meter and this sign, okay, oblique stroke, this one we can use for the if there is a compound unit formed by division, then we can write meter per second like this, or we can use this oblique stroke, okay, this one, or we can use the negative power, we can write this unit like this also. So these are some ways by which we can represent the compound unit formed by the division. And the next convention we have for number less than unity. For example, if there is a number like 0.52 meter and if we are writing this number and we are representing this physical quantity, so always you will put a 0 before this point. Okay, before this decimal point you will put 0 if you are writing the unit. Okay, so these are some conventions